Hi, this is Linda with KC Creations by Linda, taking you on a tour of my latest creation. It is called Memories. The paper set that I used is from Polka Art Studio, and I'll put a link to her store in the description box. It does measure 9 by 6, and it has a 3 3/4 inch spine. On the first, we've got this beautiful picture of this cottage with all this lavender growing around, and on the side I have cut out, this was wedding lace. It is got little iridescent sequins in it, little tiny iridescent beads, and here's some little snippets there. I have covered the journal with fabric, beige fabric, and I have covered it with that with an overlay of white lace. Here is your band. There's your back. And also, after I've gone through the journal, we'll go through this little memory keeper there. This is also in the set. Opens up. There's your inside cover. And I have tied this one with some pale lavender chiffon ribbon. We have a flip going down. Pretty little photograph of a lady holding her little flowers. And then we have a flip here. The little camera cut out the lens, and I've covered it with acetate. It's this pretty little books, the little lamp. And there's the back, and here's another little camera up here. Again, I covered it with acetate, so it looks like glass. This pretty little card. And all the cards are backed with either this sage green or a very light lavender backing, so that you can journal on all of them. Big pocket here for these cards. And as you know, all my pockets that I make, I cut out to finish the image underneath. It says if the quiet moments are where memories grow. I made a matching journal card to go with it. And then we have a journal card. You can journal on the front, the back, add a photograph, write something about it, or whatever other memorabilia you might have. Turn the page, and this is the sage green chiffon ribbon. It matches this almost perfectly. Got a little photo frame there. Again, I covered it in acetate. There she is, writing in her journal. And then down here we've got a little mailbox, so cute. It's got a little slot here for this little card. And it swings open. One of the tall envelopes, and I put some of the fussy cuts there. It says Sweet Memories. Beautiful collage card with lace and flowers and film strips. We get a teeny little flap here. It's a little envelope. It does have magnets. Some little journal cards in there for you to write on. And then here I've made a removable notebook. Kitty cat sitting there on the table, and I've cut around the image. It says every little thing has a story to tell, and I believe there is 8 or 10 pages in this. They're double-sided, and with this clasp you can open it up and add more paper if you would like. And it is on double cardstock, so you can hold it and write on it. And then on this side, again, the lavender ribbon. Got one of the little frames I made a flip out of. Let me just pull this out. Beautiful bench, some potted flowers. And what you could do, you could put your glue on this card, either side, doesn't matter. And you could glue a picture there and it would show through the frame. Just glue it onto the card. In the back we got another little cute pocket, little slit cut out for this wee little card. And here we have two cameras, again, acetate for the lens. It's beautiful potted plants sitting on the windowsill. There's some letters. And this is just to reflect back on great memories you've had. Jot them down before you forget about them. I put some lace along the edge. And then we have two pockets here. This is in the quiet moments we find the most beautiful memories that linger in our hearts forever. Little pocket here. There she is arranging her flowers. There's sewing. Maybe there's a dress that you made or somebody made for you that you remember. Cut out here. Beautiful image that was on the front. Let's cut out around that. Nice big journaling card. Beautiful house. It says, memories are the treasures we keep tucked within our hearts. And then it opens again, back to the pale sage. We've got a little flip here, and it is an envelope. Little magnets. It's really a folder, sorry. And it opens up. I put a little journaling spot there. And these little journaling cards. Then over here we have a slotted pocket. Fussy cut out one of the books. There's kind of a cameo photo of her sitting, reading, little journal card. And a beautiful breakfast set there with tea and muffins. And it swings open. Fussy cut out the little butterfly there and made it a little tuck spot. These sweet little cards. And then here we have the big acetate belly band that shows the image perfectly underneath, and the band itself completes the image. This big journaling card. And you can tuck some more stuff under there if you would like. And here we just have a card with two of the cards designed on top of it. And then on this side, we're back to our lavender ribbon. And we have some darker lavender lace there. Two little pockets. She's reading a book, a little collaged card. And up here in this one, beautiful books with potted flowers. There's a blanket sitting on top of some books outside the window. And it opens up. A little pocket here, and I put some crocheted lace across it. Some more sewing. She is reading a book. And then here on this flip, another one of the cameras, and it has a little slot here, and then I made it where the back was also a pocket. Beautiful lady, beautiful walkway, flowers growing on the sides. The lavender lace, like was on this edge, is on the top of the envelope. We just open this up and we get some cards in here. Little journaling card. Oh, sorry, no, this is a piece of paper for you that I folded just so you can journal, excuse me, journal on it. Fold it up, put it back in there. And there she is, writing down her memories. Little journal card. Just tuck it right back under that little label there. And over here, I've got some more good cards. And again, the pocket completes the image underneath. Two large journaling cards. There's a beautiful old wooden stool, tin water can. And here's some film strips that they've taken. They're on the beach, in the garden, drinking tea. Beautiful archway. Just things that might jog your memory. Little flip here, and I made a teeny tiny pocket there for these tiny little guys. Write little notes on them. And it's got little butterflies, little wings are loose there. Here's the card. And then up here, another big acetate window. It flips open. And I've made cut out the gloves there. One of the fussy cuts, made a little pocket, and I put little fussy cuts in it, little letters and a little bouquet of flowers, lavender and roses. Here we have a big pocket. There she is sitting by the window, reading a book, cut out around the edges. Big journaling cards. Pretty flowers. And there's some letters. Maybe you have letters you've been saving. You can add them to your journal. And then over here, again, the lavender. I alternated the sage and the lavender. We have a flip here and it has a little clock, and I put acetate on the face and put a little spinner there. Beautiful cards. And it flips down. Another teeny tiny envelope. This time I put a little gold clip on it to hold these little journaling cards. It says, "Treasured memories last forever." And then you have another notebook, pretty bicycle. And put around the bottom of it there. And again, we have 8 or 10 pages, double-sided. And you can add more by opening up that clamp. And it swings open back to the sage green. And we have a top flip here. It's got to pull out from the bottom. Again, you could add your picture in there. And we get a flip here from the side. This was a pocket and I turned it into a flip. This is a little metal frame. It says memories. And our little camera is removable, and it is stuffed full of all these cards. Again, the acetate. Beautiful lace windows. It says, cherish the moments that take your heart back in time. And there's a beautiful wicker chair with a lace over the table there. And on the flip that we did with the pull-out, I made a little journaling spot here and 2 little journaling cards. And then we have a band, and I cut out around the ladies. As you can see there, they're sitting looking at photos in the garden. We have some big journaling cards. Double-sided. And then on the back, I added some more journaling for you. Little antique brass clamp. And all of these are double-sided pages. And I believe there's 12 in here, which would give you 12 on each side when they're folded. Think of a book. Page 1, page 2, 3, and so on. So altogether you have 48 pages in here that you could write on. And then we get to our cute little photo book. Got a little lavender tassel there. And on the front, again, the acetate there. We've got lots of little butterflies with their wings all loose. Little film strip, moments with a little faux clamp there. Little tiny clamp here that holds this little note onto the back. Little tiny journaling spot. There's a film strip with some little butterflies again. And here's our first page, and each page has this large cutout, so you can either do some journaling, add a photograph, something of memorabilia you might have. And there is 8 pages. Opens up, we've got a big band here, and I fussy cut out all these little things put on it. Journaling card. There she is by the window. And there's plenty of room in the little pockets. You can add some more things that you might like. Another one of the big journaling cards. There's 8 of them. They're all the same. Another pretty pocket there. More fussy cuts. Pretty picture there of outside table with some tea and a book. Another one of the pockets. Again, fussy cat's pretty little kitty. It says, memories are the treasure we keep tucked within our hearts. And a little journaling card. Opens up, little booklet. It's a pretty picture. And I won't put all these out, they're all the same. Another pocket here. Where the fussy cats, and there is a ton of fussy cats. A little card where you can add a photograph of your own. You can add photographs anywhere you want. On the fronts, on the backs. Another pretty picture I put there. And the pretty envelopes. There she is in her garden. Little journal card. It has its journal card. Another pocket. Cute little doggy. All the fussy cats. Another little booklet. A little journaling card. one of the pull-outs. Pocket. Another one of the photo cards where you can put your little image there. Another one, pull out. Another pocket. Last pocket, ladies. More fussy cuts all here. A little journaling card. Another photo mat. And there's your back. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it was a long one, and I appreciate your time you've spent with me. Until next time, stay crafty. Bye-bye.